Jan.
Hello. Hey, I'm trying to get my picture out of there. Yes, Louis.
Can you send me the link?
I'd send it to you. I sent it to you. No, you don't have it? I'll send it again.
Thank you. I want to get in there early.
Okay. Wait. One hot second. Let me switch this thing here really quick. There we go.
Oh, there you go. Look at you. Hey, beautiful. Look at you. Hey. There's not much I can do with this.
Oh, you always look good, David. Those are your signature glasses.
Yeah, because I can't read up close anymore. I don't need the glasses only when I'm up close reading. So otherwise, I'm like, when I drive with no glasses.
Yeah.
But
yeah. I actually have people already admitted.
I see them.
Juan,
Lupe, Rita, Alberto, Erica.
I accidentally. Ah, Lupe. Well, Lupe is an amazing lady. She is my escrow. She is really awesome. She's over at the Downey area. I told them I would give them like about a minute or two so they can say something, but they've been so good to retread, man.
What's the escrow office?
Tower Escrow in Downey with Maria.
Where at?
But as soon as we start, I want to go ahead and give them like about a minute or two to just say something really quick. They deserve it, man. They've been with Retrend forever. They give me a lot of customers. Love them. And but hang in tight, okay, Lupe? Okay. Let's see. Oh, he's in. Louis like, send me.
Can I get title business from Lupe?
We do escrow, but of course we could always refer to, the title.
I'll refer to you. There it is, Louis.
David.
Nice.
David.
Yes.
So did you receive the I guess the presentation?
PowerPoint?
Yeah, you got that?
Yes.
Okay.
Got that.
So show me how to make you the co-host on here. Are you able to?
All you gotta do is go and share the screen. Go down to where it says, oh, see, mine is different. We don't have the same screen as you have.
Okay.
But down in the bottom where it says systems, it says able share.
Able share, yeah, where it says share. Share screen.
Yeah. Share screen. Let me see something. Yeah, so next to that,
I can say, hold on, let me go on to you and then put here, make host. Okay, I'm gonna change it to you, okay, David? David?
Okay, that'll work.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
You got more of the Zoom.
It says you are the host now.
Okay, good.
Okay.
All right, cool. So you have.
There you go. See, now I can share.
All right, very cool.
Yeah. Did you make me the host or the co-host?
Well, there's no co-host on here. It doesn't say co-host. It says host.
Oh, okay.
I'm just trying.
No worries.
Let's see.
No worries.
I guess you can kind of switch it back to me. I'll switch it back to you, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know any other way to do it. It says optimize screen.
Okay, no worries.
Computer sound. Yeah, that's really all I see there. Let me see. David. Invite.
Is this election a nuts or what?
Oh my God. But it's like, I was expecting this. I really was. I'm sorry. This is going to be for everybody. Sorry. Everyone.
Right.
Okay. So then the questions are at the bottom, and I guess, are we taking questions as we go or at the end?
We can take them as we go, but we want to make sure that we get through the entire presentation.
Before.
But you don't want to get to the point where if it
Yeah,
seems like the questions are
fine.
coming, we're not going to get through, then we'll shut it down to questions to the end.
Okay, very cool. Yeah,
It's always better though if we just tell people to hold the questions
to
the end.
Lupe. Where who's in the back with you? I can't see too well.
And Lisa.
Girls. Hi. So cool. There's a lot of agents from Downey today. Oh, there's Louis. Louis, let's unmute you here.
Everyone.
There you are.
Yeah, let's start. Come in now.
Hey, Louis, this is Lupe with Tower Escrow in Downey. I want to introduce you to them.
Hi, Lupe.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, and yourself?
Pretty good.
Getting ready for the Zoom class, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's see.
This hardware?
Yes.
Okay.
But does that work for you?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if Chris
Are
is
you
going
sure you don't want to project it on the screen? You can see it's going to be cute, but it will just reflect on the screen, so it can show whatever.
Yeah, that's cool.
Are they going to present something or they?
Yeah, they got to have a
So
slideshow.
then it'll just project on here.
Okay.
And that way everybody can do it in there.
But I'll be able to look at here, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
you'll be able to look at that. The only thing is that I think I may need you to scoot over probably to this chair.
Oh, I just screwed this up. Damn it.
So, Coach.
What's up, Rome?
Rome, hi Rome.
What's up, Janet?
How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good.
Rome has gone to another level in this thing, man.
You know,
look, he's out of this world.
Rome is your apprentice, like to the max. Like, so you're doing good things, Rome. But you know, Rome, I kind of knew that when you came to my classes and you kept saying, Janet, I want your classes. I want your classes. And I'm like, you know what? This guy's a go-getter. He's going to do big things. And look at you.
You role play every morning.
Love it.
7:30 role play, man.
Just working hard.
Okay.
Cool.
David, you know, I was trying to, you know how you have all of the chats on everybody who's being admitted to the right? Somehow it's lost. Do you know how to get that back? I think it's by sharing or something. I don't know what I'm doing, what I did. You know how usually you could see everybody on the side?
Right. Go ahead and hit participants.
Got it. All right. Oh, there's Veronica.
There's a lot of people. JR.
Hi, how are you?
Muhammad,
Veronica.
Salvador,
And you know,
Brenda,
we have Veronica in the house, the short sales specialist who's going to be putting on a class soon, right, Veronica?
Yeah, next week, next Friday, for the Downey Board of Realtors. Looking forward to it.
Veronica, what's up?
Hi, how are you, Mr. Plummer?
I'm good, dear. I'm good.
Dorcel.
Hey, Miss Dorcel, Anita.
Good
Erica,
morning.
Alfredo, Javier.
Hi, Dorcel.
Hi, Lois.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
It's going well. It's going well.
Good.
I'm gonna bring you up.
Okay, no problem.
Oh, we have Elia Cardenas in the house. Hi, Elia. Oh, we got my man, Salvador. We got, who else do we have here?
So we have some pretty valuable information. Were you able to get that slideshow together?
Yeah, David's got
Yeah, we're ready to go.
Ooh, we got Jorge Varro.
Going over everybody.
I got all my students, all the guys that take my classes. I love it. They're all here.
Well, we're gonna learn a lot today.
And retrans people. But we are expecting 97. So We may have to wait about like an extra 5 minutes after 10 o'clock. Is that okay with you guys?
That's fine, because
Yeah.
there's going to be a lot more agents, and there's going to be some people from All Stars as well.
Yeah, the meeting just finished just now for All Stars, so I'm sure that they'll be getting on shortly.
They're just automatically plugging in, right? I don't have to even admit them. They're all just coming in.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
Leo.
Hello, sir.
There's another guy that would role play every morning.
Oh, hey, Leo.
Hey, Leo. Long time no see. What's up, big guy?
Hello. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
We're blessed, man. We're blessed.
As you say, blessed and highly favored every second of every day.
Did you send it to John Childers?
Elvira, darling. Elvira.
Hey, Louis, you got the number one broker in America to come on.
Say it again?
I said you got the number one broker in America to participate.
Oh, is that right? Oh, Joe, there's Joe right there, man.
Oh, we finally meet.
Yeah, nice.
Hey, Mr. Plummer, I'm in his office.
Yes, sir. Oh, you're in his office?
He allowed me to use his office, man.
Well, you must be big time. You must be doing some right things.
No. Just working hard, man. That's it.
That's the name of the game.
Yep, getting the knowledge, man.
It's amazing what happens, the success you have when you just put in work every day.
Absolutely.
When you just consistently put in work every day. It amazes when you talk to the most successful real estate people in the industry. And the one thing they'll all say is, man, I show up every day.
Yep.
Right? I show up every day.
Yep.
It's not magic. It's just, are you going to show up every day and do the work that you know you're supposed to do to make this happen?
Right.
As simple as that.
Exciting, man. It's exciting to work hard, right?
Oh, I love it. I mean, it makes,
There's an accountability, guys. Got some accountability girls and guys here, and we're getting up. We get here at 7 in the morning, and we're also running. I mean, some are running less than others, but we're running 3 to 5 miles a day and getting here before 7 in the morning. So get here pumped up and get here ready to work and prospect, man.
Right. That's the commitment, though.
Oh, that's the commitment, and you don't even want to know what the consequences are. Hey,
The fact
Joe.
is, there are consequences.
Hey, Joe V. I just wanted to introduce you to Jan. I think he's talking.
Oh.
Yeah, he is. He put his mask on, so he's talking to somebody just.
Hi, Joseph.
I hate him.
Can you hear you?
Hey, Joe V.
Yeah, hi. Sorry about that, guys. I was actually in a meeting with somebody else. Morning.
I wanted to introduce you to Janet. She's the one that runs Retrend.
Hi, Janet.
Hi, how are you? It's a pleasure. It's an honor to have you here, and thank you.
You're welcome.
For all you do. So thanks again for everybody to participate today. It's an exciting day. A lot going on, right, with this whole election, but foreclosures is what's coming. It's going to get intense. There's waves of foreclosure coming in throughout, possibly the end of the year, beginning year, middle, toward the end of next year, but it's all going to be coming in waves, and everybody's here to learn how to attack those foreclosures, and I'm excited, and I just can't wait till everybody gets on board so we can start, because I'm anxious. Right, Louis?
We're up to 6. We're up to this is like the election. It's trickling in slow, but it's coming to an end. We're up to 65. I think we're expecting somewhere between 90 and 100.
So we got Chris Milanakis on here as well. So he's a short sale negotiator.
Okay.
Like Veronica does, but he does the short sale negotiating for commercials as well.
Okay, nice. We're going to go ahead and get started in a minute because I know we all have busy schedules.
Yes.
And unfortunately, I have a funeral to go to, so I'm not looking forward to that at all.
Oh, hi, Steve.
Not looking forward to it.
Steve Cassini. Hi, darling. Oh,
All right.
We're at 65, so we'll probably wait like another minute. We'll wait till 10:05. Exactly.
Okay.
10:05.
Hey, so Lewis, I actually walk 12 miles a day.
Oh,
Yeah, we're
man.
still climbing.
With a
12 miles.
With a 20-pound weight vest on. I lost 50 pounds in the last year just walking.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it allows you to obviously do your personal development work, listen to your audiobooks, catch up, text, calls, all of that stuff.
That's good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Then you get to prospecting, you're all fired up, right?
Absolutely. You get to start the day with a win. I call it on my calendar, I scheduled it as pay myself first time.
Nice. Yeah, these guys are consistent here. No one's fell out so far, so we're good to go.
Yeah, last year I had a bet with a bunch of friends. Everybody was looking at themselves before Thanksgiving, and we were all like, okay, let's put $100 in the pot. Winner takes all. Whoever loses the most weight wins. So of course I won.
I'm already leaving.
I lost 15 pounds to start, and then I was like, I'm gonna keep going. So now I weigh less than I weighed in college. I'm 41 years old, and I look amazing.
Good for you, man. Where are you at right now?
I'm in LA.
No, which brokerage?
Oh, I'm not in the brokerage yet. I'm looking at where I'm gonna hang my license.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff.
All right, we're up to 67. Let's go ahead and get started because it's 10:05. And if you know anything about me anyway, and most of you don't know me, so you get to find out who I am and learn a few things about me. I start on time. I believe that 15 minutes early is on time is late. I don't penalize people for being on time. I believe if we say 10 o'clock, we should start 10 o'clock. Absolute late is 10:05. So I'll just start. My name's David Plummer. I have been in the title business for the better part of 35 years. I currently work with Stewart Title, but I also run my own coaching, real estate coaching and training, motivation. I've been doing that for the better part of 10 years. I absolutely love this business. I'm extremely passionate about this business, about teaching agents how to earn money in this business. And I have partnered with Janet with Retran and one of my guys, Luis Chavez from Century 21 All-Stars, to put together this foreclosure class. Today's class is more or less an orientation, an introduction to what we want to do. And moving forward, we're gonna have 5 more classes. Our goal is to turn all of you into NOD specialists, Notice of Trustee sales specialists that help you to go out there and get listings. I don't want to give up the presentation, but we got some exciting things planned, and we hope that you want to be a part of it. I'm going to turn this over to Janet now and let Janet from Retran just introduce herself. Most of you already know her, but just let her introduce herself, and then I'm going to turn it over to Lewis and let him introduce himself.
Okay,
himself, great. And then we'll go ahead with the presentation. And I'll keep letting people in. So Janet, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you. Thank you everybody for participating. This is exciting times. I mean, sad times, but exciting times, mostly for real estate investors. As you all know, Retran has been available as a tool for all of you real estate investors to find notice of defaults, notice of trustee sales, receipts of sales, which contain your cash money buyers, which also contain overages. We also have HOA delinquencies, which is one of my hottest leads at the moment. Again, we collect all real estate related records from the county recorder's office. Janet gets to see it in really in a matter of 1 hour. It takes me about 2 days to process that information and release it to you guys, and then I resell it to other foreclosure companies. So just remember, if you want to be the first one out there to door knock, you always come to Retran, and that's what we're known for, and that's the way it's probably going to remain from here and on, because we're not going anywhere. And thanks to you, most of our customers are online watching this presentation, but this is what Retrend, does for our customers. We love to provide the data, but we don't like to just give you the data and you figure it out, right? Janet, like myself, I love to put classes together, and that's what it's all about. It's all about education. All of you guys are real estate agents and just know a lot about listings, but not so much the other side of the market. You don't want to be a seasonal realtor. And that's why we provide these classes, so that when you know what's coming, and when these times start to approach us, you want to be prepared. And you don't have to look for a part-time job. You know that foreclosures are coming. There's no reason for that. You want to be able to dominate the market when it's up and when it's down. And that's why we provide these classes for you. We're not going to give you the data just as is. We're going to give you the education. So Retrend is very, very hard on education. We love to push it. And we love to find nothing but the very best out there to show you how to find, the data, but mostly how to approach homeowners, what to say to homeowners if you get stuck on a question, how to read an actual notice of default. Most of you realtors, investors don't even know how to read a notice of default or a notice of trustee sale. So it's better for you to get the knowledge before you start door knocking and having homeowners ask you all these questions, and you guys have really nothing to say, no good answers. But that's what this class is about. I'm sure most of you have been door knocking on a notice of default where a homeowner will say to you, well, I'm already working with an attorney, right? And you kind of fluster and don't know what to say. But that's what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about foreclosure inventory. We're going to be talking about the moratoriums. We will be talking about forbearances, evictions, mostly how to talk to homeowners, right? That's what everybody wants to know. What are the challenges that we will come across dealing with foreclosures? And that's why we have experts here like Louis Chavez. Louis Chavez is actually one of my students from a really long time ago. I remember Louis actually brought me donuts at my office one time, maybe 10 years ago, and said, Janet, I need your classes. But look at him now. I mean, he looks amazing. And he has apprentices, that he, teaches, and they're all doing really, really well. And I'm very thankful for Louis for even helping Retrend create these classes for all of you guys. So with that said, I want to go ahead and just show you the inventory. In our Retrend system, as you all know.
Hey, Jan, one quick thing. You want to introduce Lupe first?
Yes, definitely.
Go ahead and let Lupe.
That's right.
And then go.
Sorry about that.
Good morning, everyone.
This is Lupe. Lupe is a very good friend of Retrend. She is escrow with Maria Sandoval, Tower Escrow. I'm going to give her about a minute so she can talk about, her business really quick.
Hello, everyone. My name is Lupe from Tower Escrow. This is my assistant Berenice, and this is Lisa Munoz. She's also another escrow officer. Good morning. We're here in Downey. We have more than 20 years of experience. We work on short sales, foreclosures, and we just want to introduce ourselves and let you guys know that we're here for everyone that needs help. We have worked with Janet for a lot of years already, so we're a good team together. So if you guys need our help, we're here. We're in the city of Downey, and like I said, I'm sorry?
Telephone number.
Oh, 562. Oh my God, where's the number?
674-3028.
Okay,
so, thank you so much, everyone. Have a good day.
Okay, thank you. And then the second person I will be introducing, has been a good friend to Retrend, is Benny Ibarra and Elvira Herrera. They're processors. Most of you agents are always looking for processors, but we have an amazing team, Elvira and Benny. So Elvira and Benny, can you go ahead and say something?
Hi, Janet. Excuse me. Good morning, everyone. Hi, Janet. Thanks for having us here.
Of course.
We are processing and processing. We've been in the business about 21 years. I'm not a loan officer, and I'm not a real estate agent. We have the mentality to be a good processor. That's what we do. We do a good job of scrubbing the files. Try to get your CDs out as soon as possible. We do our best to get loans closed within lock turn times. That way you're not spending money on lock extensions. But more than anything, with our experience, we're very proactive on processing the files, processing your conditions in regards to getting the demands, getting the verifications of employment, subordinations, anything of that sort that entails processing to make sure we get it closed in time. And then working with Janet and her title team, I mean, it's it's great, you know. So with Retran and everything that we have going on, I think it's a good fit for everyone. But if you guys have any questions, you can just let us know. Again, it's processing and processing. 562-879-8134. 562-879-8134. And then my email is Benny, BENNY, the number 4, processing@gmail.com. And then we also have Elvira Herrera, and her email address is, she's probably gonna hate that I'm giving it out, but it's love loans, LUVLOANS@gmail.com.
Thanks, guys.
Janet.
Okay, thank you so much. So again, going back to the foreclosure inventory. So in the Retran system, I'm able to pull inventory from all over California. And when you guys get to pulling your notice of defaults and notice of trustee sale lists, a lot of you focus in areas where, you know, there's not that many distressed homeowners, but it's always better to pull inventory where the help is needed, right? I remember I used to talk about, I used to get invited to Rodeo Drive and talk about foreclosures in Rodeo Drive. We never really had a lot of foreclosures in Rodeo Drive, maybe 3 years ago. 1 notice of default in 3 months, as now that's your top 3. Beverly Hills, West Hollywood, all of your high-end areas are flooded with foreclosures at the moment. Let me go ahead and share my screen really quick. Can you switch over to me, David?
Oh. There you go.
Okay, so at the moment, as you guys can see, are you guys able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, at the moment in the Retran system, you guys are able to pull inventory. And this is something all realtors, all real estate investors should be doing the very first thing, at least once a month, to find out where your inventory is. And as you guys can see here, your inventory for your top 10, number 1 is always gonna really be Lancaster and Palmdale. And I only went back literally about a month or 2. The next one here is 93536, 91342, 913-335, 90046. Now you have Reseda. Reseda is actually flooded with foreclosures. 90046 is West Hollywood, right? When did you actually see West Hollywood in a distressed situation as we see now? But 90210. If I actually do a search within the last month, 90210 will be your top 3. But because I went back 2 months, 90210 is actually number 6. So we have West Hollywood and 90210 as being, you know, high-end areas, even Reseda at the moment. So you guys are able to pull all this information in the Retran system, so you can kind of get an idea of where the distress areas are at the moment. And Louis is going to go ahead and take it over from here and tell you why. You know, why is it that we're seeing so many foreclosures in your high-end areas? And again, I'm going to go ahead and introduce Louis. He's going to go ahead with his presentation. And Retran is very happy that we have Louis in the house. I'm very proud of Louis. Louis has his own commercial department with Century 21, and that's amazing. So, Louis.
Hello, everyone. Good to be here. Good to see everyone. I'm excited about all the stuff we're going to talk about on how you can get these properties and leverage your business. That's okay. And leverage your business, right? Everybody wants to get more listings and more sales. And everyone's interested in taking a look on how to get these distressed properties as well. Janet was talking about the stuff in Beverly Hills and in Brentwood and West Hollywood and places like that. The reason why they're so distressed is because these people have over leveraged their business and over leveraged what they own, right? So what I've been running across is people have these commercial properties and then they have these residential properties. Well, the commercial properties are not performing. Well, it's putting the distress on their mortgage payment for their residential property. So some of these individuals are having a foreclosure on their commercial property as well as their residential. Some run their business and their business pays the mortgage on their residential property. So there's a big foreclosures out there in the west side and Culver City area because a lot of these people have over leveraged their business. I mean their equity. So there's a lot of foreclosures out there. So the big deals are out there, and if you know this stuff, you can go after it and get it.
You don't have a camera on there.
It's pretty exciting stuff. I'm going to get into some of that stuff right now when we go down to and check out this stuff we're going to be looking at and give you guys an idea on how to go after it. So go ahead, Plumber.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and host the presentation.
You know, real quick, Mr. Plummer, I'm going to say that I'm here at Century 21 All-Stars, and the guys that have come over here and that I'm helping them find these properties, and we're role playing every single morning, man. These guys have gotten really good, and I'm going to bring one of them on to show you how good these guys have gotten. So go ahead.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna read the slide, and then I'm gonna let Louis comment. This is actually his presentation, and so we're gonna go for it right here. So what's going on in the commercial real estate market? Some sellers are ready to liquidate. Several retail properties are in default, pre-COVID versus COVID comps. Several properties are not performing. Louis.
So the people that are liquidating, you know, their properties are not performing. And what Mr. Plummer was talking about here is that the ones that are not performing are the ones that have these multi-tenants, right? And these multi-tenants, what happens is they have multi-tenants, and these multi-tenants are not performing depending on what their business is, right? So they're in distress. They're cutting their lease in half, or they're cutting their payments in half, and some are not paying at all, right? But here's an opportunity for you guys. The ones that are not paying, you can renegotiate this or reposition this property and get these people to say, look, I can sell this property for you and put you in a property that's performing, and put them in a 1031 exchange and find a property that's performing. So you can go after a listing here and get these guys to sell and put in a property that's performing. What I mean by that is that you can put it in a 1031 exchange and say, look, here's a property that's down the street or around the corner or in another city or another state that is in a triple net, which has a long-term tenant that is performing well. They have a 10-year or a 5-year and a 5-year option. Those are performing, right? They have a great cap rate. So that's when you can go after those sellers that are struggling, that are liquidating. Those are great opportunities to get listings, guys.
Excellent, excellent. What property types are the most vulnerable and why? Retail, many tenants paying partial rents or nothing at all. Many large indoor shopping centers are still closed due to the pandemic.
Right. So no owners want to see their properties empty, right? They don't want to see no cardboard or plywood up on their buildings. And the more people that are occupying these buildings, the better business they're going to have. And right now they're struggling, right? Because people can't pay. The businesses are suffering. And here again is when you could approach them and tell them, look, I know of some properties that are available. I can go on LoopNet and find you some properties that are performing, that have long-time tenants, and just help them reposition their money and move it to a property that's performing.
Multi-family apartments. AB, Assembly Bill 3088, protecting tenants from being evicted, but not protecting large landlords from foreclosures. Many people have lost their jobs and have or increased medical expenses.
So a lot of these tenants, a lot of these owners, some of them manage their own properties, right? Let's say from 5 to 10 or 5 to 15 units, they manage their own properties and they're not performing. And a lot of these people are older people as well, right? So if they're not performing, you know, you can approach them and say, look, again, there's other properties that are performing. If this one is not performing, we can go and see how much money we can get for your property. Of course, get a P&L to find out how much it's generating, sell it, and then buy a property that's performing. There's another avenue or an opportunity for you guys to go after listings that are not performing, to put them in a property that's performing.
Multi-family apartments, again, Assembly Bill 3088. Tenants cannot be evicted until February 1st, 2021 if their failure to pay rent is due to COVID. Number 2, once February 1st, 2021 comes, the tenant must pay at least 25% of rent due to each month between September 1st and January 31st of 2021.
So go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead, Louis.
So a lot of these people, again, a lot of these properties are in distress. I would definitely 100%. This is what I study every morning and afternoon, man. I study this stuff to find out what the laws are and what dates, and I put the dates together, because when I'm talking to these people that are in distress, I know what I'm talking about, and I have facts. These are facts. You guys can get this on Google and go and talk to these people that are in foreclosure or that are struggling or just need to sell. Once you know this stuff, I would take a picture of this right now and take this and study this. And when you get on the phone, trust me, you're going to have an opportunity that's going to come up and you're going to use this information.
Right. Number 3, if the 25% is paid by February 1st, 2021, the tenant still cannot be evicted.
And those are the laws, man. So it's right there. And you can tell the owners that these are the laws. You know, there's a lot of buyers out there. There's a lot of sellers out there right now.
Number 4, tenants are still responsible or unpaid rents due between March 4th, 2020 and January 31st, 2021 as a form of consumer debt.
Yep. So we can go to the next slide.
All right. What to expect for residential foreclosures? Hard money already foreclosing right now.
Yes. Those guys are foreclosing. They're not privy to the laws of the big institutions. The big institutions, you know, they're giving them some time. But these private guys, they're foreclosing every day. Every single day, these private guys are foreclosing. You know, what they do is they put together showing how they have not been collecting their money or being paid. And then they go and they show a judge and say, Judge, look, I'm not getting paid. I need to get paid. And then they foreclose on them.
Moratoriums will end soon. Forbearances will end soon.
Now, this stuff right here, I would definitely take pictures of all this stuff. You're definitely going to use it when you're talking to these people. And then we're going to go into the stuff where I'm going to show you guys how to approach these sellers and these individuals that are in distress. So we can go to the next slide.
Yeah, well, avalanche of residential foreclosures in Q2 of 2021.
It's going to be big. It's going to be big. There's going to be a lot of people in foreclosure.
How to connect with distressed property owners. The #1 source of foreclosure data is Retran.
Yep.
Janet.
You could take over that, Janet.
Well, yes, definitely. Again, you know, our data is the fastest out there. It really is. We're 2 days behind the county recorder's office. Our trustee sales can be actually the day after. We also provide phone numbers. We provide emails, open loan information, but most importantly, we're going to provide the actual document. Actual document is probably one of the most powerful tools that you will have for marketing. If you guys are door knocking and you come across a homeowner who's in denial and tells you, I'm not in foreclosure, I haven't received my notice of default. Well, the data can be so fresh depending on when you pulled the data, because the data is available to you every night between 7 p.m. and 8 p.m. That data is ready, and that's when you should start getting all of your information gathered so you could be ready that next morning. But homeowners are always in denial, and they're telling you they're not in foreclosure, and you might be there before they even receive that notice of default. So you want to be able to show them what that NOD is, and you want to tell them, you know, what it's about. How do you read this document? They're going to ask you so many questions. But if you don't know how to read those documents, those tools become ineffective, right? They don't work. But you are delinquency amounts, default amounts, right? Most important things. What's delinquent, right? We're not going to be able to tell you what's the balance on the loan. I don't think anybody can tell you that unless you directly speak to the actual homeowner. And that's what Louis is here for. You know, Louis will actually try to explain to you and role play with you within the presentation of how to kind of get to that point, you know, try to break that barrier with the actual homeowner. But of course, the balance of the loan is everything. That's going to determine what type of transaction you're going to have. Sale dates for foreclosures. You know, we do have the SB 1079. I'm sure Louis will talk about that too. Trustee sales, right? We're not going to have a lot of investors at the actual trustee sale right now due to the SB 1079. We do have
the seconds, they're still foreclosing. Remember that. So
true.
I'm mailing out to seconds right now, more to seconds than first. So the seconds, they're still foreclosing.
Yeah, and you have to remember, guys, you know, just because your first is not going into foreclosure doesn't mean the second one can't put you in foreclosure. So Louis is going to touch into that subject a little bit more, because homeowners can lose their property when their second mortgage goes into foreclosure. And that's a very scary thing, because homeowners don't know that. They think that, oh, well, we're missing payments on the first and nothing's going to happen if the second goes into foreclosure. Not true. I know a lot of people who've lost their properties already due to that. And so he's going to get into that. Trustee information, actual plat maps, pictures of the actual property. We give you the tools. It's just a matter of you guys being consistent, using the data every single day. Yeah. But again,
the more you know, right, Janet, the more you know, the more valuable you become to these people.
Of course. Yes. I mean, you become very valuable, and then you have, you know, everybody else who works around you wants to know what's up. You know, what are you doing that I'm not doing? You know, and right. That's where it kind of gets fun, because then you can actually, you know, you can actually start, letting them know, you know, how to get the information, but mostly how to go out there, partner up with people. There's going to be so much data, you guys. We're expecting about 4,000 notice of defaults in one day when this wave is released. So remember, we had a crash 2007, 2008. It's a different market. You know, all of those properties were upside down. Now the market that we're going to see now, they all have equity. So now you're going to see more properties being listed, because most of these people want to put that leftover money that they have, just that little bit of equity. They want to put that in their pocket. So you're going to see a lot more listings, is what we see, right, Louis?
Remember this when that happened, right? The residential properties were suffering; they were in foreclosure. Now, and then the multi units were really performing, right? Because a lot of people were renting. But now it's COVID, and now they don't have to pay the rent, so it's really changed, and it's unfortunate. But if you know this business, it could be very profitable.
Yeah, you know, and I hear that the interest rates are not going to go up until 2023 here. Yep. And, you know, I hear a lot of people, oh, but the economy's so great. But if you move those interest rates, you know, a lot of changes can happen. But again, Retran, again, is a family. That's what we do. We try to provide you as much data as possible, but education is number one. So I will go ahead and give it back to Louis, and Louis can.
Okay, let's go to the next slide.
Next slide. Here we go.
Yes, sir.
What to say to a distressed property owner? Here to help, free of charge. The clock is ticking, losing equity rapidly. What to expect? Key, be sympathetic to the homeowner.
Yeah, you have to be sympathetic, man. You have to be there to help them first, right? If you're there to help them first, if they don't do it initially, they're going to come back. And if you're honest with them, the way I talk to them is, and if they're not on board right away, the way I say is, I say, look, this is what you got to look out for. When people are coming to you and saying, look, I'm going to offer you $100,000, or I'm going to give you this ridiculous amount of money. And if they don't even know what your equity position is, if they haven't even ran an SI, a statement of information, to find out if there's any judge liens or anything on the property, they don't even know what the amount of what they owe on the property, right? So how can they even come and say, hey, look, here's $100,000, or I'm an attorney. I can do a chapter 13 for you. And I guarantee a chapter 13 is going to work. No way can an attorney guarantee a chapter 13. You have to let these people know. I don't know if there's any attorneys on the call, but they know that they cannot guarantee a chapter 13. The only people that guarantee a chapter 13 is the judge and the lender. And they look at your finances, and I'm going to go into that next.
Okay, great. All right. Next slide. Critical questions to ask. What is your default amount? Monthly mortgage payments, loan balance, how much income, equity position, who's currently helping you, how?
Okay, so here's a couple of things, right? This is the first thing I go into. I want to find out what their default amount is, right? And I have some notes right here that I put down. So the average default amount it's incredible for commercial people. I've seen some default amounts at like $1 million, $500,000, right? But for residential, the average is right around $30,000 to $40,000. Because remember, COVID started in March, right? And we're already here in November. They didn't make payments before March. So one thing you guys got to understand is the clock doesn't stop ticking as far as the mortgage payment, right? So the main thing is I find out what the default amount is, what their mortgage payment is, what their loan balance is, right? And then I start putting numbers together. I'm gonna tell you guys about something that I normally do, and the most thing that comes up the most, right? The thing that comes up the most is this. They always tell me, you know what? I have an attorney working on it, right? Okay, so what is that attorney doing? Well, the attorney's looking into a chapter 13. He guaranteed that I'm gonna be able to get a chapter 13 done. And I would take notes, you guys, on this right here, because this is the most thing that comes up, okay? So the chapter 13, when they say I have an attorney doing the chapter 13, and the attorney is guaranteeing that he's going to approve a chapter 13. Well, that's a lie, right? Because the most important thing is when I'm talking to them and I say, do you even know what a chapter 13 and how it works? And they say, no, I don't, but the attorney's taking care of it. So some of these attorneys haven't even gone over the process on the qualification process, right? So let's just run some numbers real quick. I'm going to give you guys some numbers. So let's just say they're $40,000 in delinquent. So a chapter 13, they get the delinquent amount plus 11% for the attorney fees, and they put it on the back end of the loan for 60 months. Okay. And that amount is added to the mortgage. So if their mortgage payment is, let's say $3,000, and they earn $5,000 a month, well, now you're adding another $740 a month to that payment. And so you're going to put them at $3,740, right? But by the time it's approved, if it does get approved, you're adding another $3,000, and 6 months later, that's adding $18,000 more dollars. So at the end of the day, you're going to be $64,000 in delinquent. So $64,000 in delinquent, that number climbs, right? So you're at about $1,000 more a month you have to make in a payment. Okay, this is the biggest thing that comes up. So do you think you're gonna qualify if you own a car, you got car insurance, you gotta buy food if you have children, right? So all of these numbers the lender looks at, and then the judge looks at, and they're the ones that make the decision if they're gonna go ahead and approve this or not an attorney. So the biggest battle right now that I'm having is with attorneys and them believing attorneys. But once I tell them on how this works, and I find out what their income is and how much bills, what their payments are, or what their profit and loss is, it becomes more clear, right? Or even it even works with a loan modification. Always find out how much money they're making and if they're going to qualify or not. Because remember, the clock doesn't stop ticking. So anyways, that's some stuff. We're going to do some role playing. That's going to be the fun part. So go ahead, Mr. Plummer.
All right, so we got monthly mortgage payment, loan balance, how much income, equity position, who's currently helping you, and how.
Right.
Okay, good. So
I'm gonna bring on Rome.
Okay.
Because it was funny, you know, Rome's been here at All Stars for about a month now, and it was funny because Rome, as soon as they would say, "I got it taken care of," he would hang up on them. So we can get rid of that, Mr. Plumber, so we can see Rome on there.
Okay, let me do this. Stop
So
sharing.
it was funny, you know, I said, "Hey, so what are you telling them?" He says, "Well, I just hung up on them because they said they had it taken care of." So I'm gonna role play with Rome, and we're gonna go over the same thing about I got it taken care of, and I want you to know how far along this guy has gotten in just 1 month, man, or a month and a half he's been here at All Stars.
Can I say one thing before you start? You know, you guys, Rome came to Retran and asked to take my class, and Rome took my class about maybe 5 times, right, Rome? Janet, are you available? I mean, he's a very, very eager and aggressive, but in such a great way, has a good heart, and this guy is a go-getter. I said, you know what, Louis, you got a good one here. This one is on his way up there. So congratulations to you, honey, okay?
Thank you all. Got to give glory to God always. I'll be the agent calling into us. Ring, ring, ring. Hello,
hey, how you doing?
Hey, is this Mr. Chavez?
It is.
Hey, Mr. Chavez. My name's Rome. I'm actually calling because I didn't know if you were aware, but your property unfortunately has a
Yeah. I'm aware, man, but I have a lot of people calling me, and I have an attorney taking care of it right now.
Awesome. It's great to hear you have an attorney taking care of it. What's the attorney doing?
He's talking to me about a Chapter 13.
Chapter 13. Okay.
He said he can guarantee the Chapter 13 for me.
He said he can guarantee it.
Yeah, guaranteed.
Oh, wow. That concerns me, Mr. Chavez. Do you know how Chapter 13 works?
You know, I know more or less how a Chapter 13 works. I know something about 60 months and it goes on the back end of the loan or something like that.
Okay. And
this is how much they know, you guys really know. And this is 60% of the phone calls. Go ahead, Rome. Sorry.
Okay. And he said he could guarantee it. Well, let me share something with you, Mr. Chavez. There's no attorney that can guarantee you're going to get approved on Chapter 13. Do you know who makes those decisions?
Who makes those decisions?
Can you hear me?
Who makes those decisions?
So it's actually the judge and the lender, and they're going to do it just on a qualification basis, same way you have to qualify for your mortgage. Now, Mr. Chavez, what's your mortgage payment right now?
Well, my mortgage payment is $3,000 a month.
$3,000. And what are you bringing in?
About $5,000.
About $5,000. All right. And how much do you owe as far as the delinquent amount?
I owe about $40,000 right now.
$40,000. Okay. So now just remember that $3,000 you're already paying. We're going to take that 40 divided by the 60 because they're going to, you know, like you already said, they're going to put it on the back end and spread over the payments. That's $666. Now we have to include the 11% the attorney's going to make every single month filing for you. Now, did you pay your attorney up front?
I did. I'm going to pay him $4,000 to take care of this.
Ouch. Okay. I'm going to share some more news with you, sir. So now after we add that extra 73, this total is going to be $740. So,
oh man,
your new total is $3,740. And remember, sir, just because the payments have stopped doesn't mean that this debt has stopped accruing interest. So as far as we know, this $40,000 could be way more just off the interest, late charges, and other penalties.
I didn't know that. I didn't know it was going to be that bad. He guaranteed me it's gonna happen. So I'm gonna move forward with him.
No, that's great. Well, I want you to ask your attorney this. If you were a bank and you're looking at these numbers, do you have a car payment or pay insurance, Mr. Chavez?
I do.
So now this $3,700 is now looking more into the $4,000, mid $4,000 range, right?
It makes sense, man. It makes sense.
If a bank is looking at this with a lender and they go, hey, is this guy going to qualify for payments? Would you qualify you after looking at these numbers?
It's starting to make sense to me now, Rome. It's really starting to make sense to me, man. I didn't know it was this in detail. I'm glad that we talked. You know, man, I'd like to come and see if you guys can give me some more information. I know I have some equity. I know my loan balance is about 300,000, and people have come by and tell me my property is worth about 600.
Okay. So you owe, and now is it the second that's foreclosing on you?
It's the first.
It's the first. Okay. Well, first thing I want you to do is when you do come in, sir, I want you to bring a mortgage statement.
Okay.
Second thing is you need to go ahead and fire that attorney, because at $4,000, he can't tell you how this thing works. It's not a good relationship you guys have going.
So how do I protect my equity, man?
Well, the first thing we want to do is get in contact with the bank. And honestly, that's something you could have done without paying an attorney at all.
Oh, wow. So there's some things that you guys can do. You can get a third-party authorization with the homeowner and say, look, if you have somebody doing a modification for you or a Chapter 13 for you, you can get on the phone with the homeowner and say, look, what have they done so far? And I'm telling you guys right now that a lot of times is that when these people are doing the modification for them, the bank says, I don't even know what you're talking about. They haven't reached out to me yet. But they're taking these people's money. It's very important that you find out and you call the bank for them. And it's just a simple phone call. Put them on the other line and say, hey, look, just let them know that I'm going to be on the other line and I want to talk to them and see how far they've gotten with these processes as far as the modification and the Chapter 13 and everything else that these people have said that they've been doing. So,
good job, Rome. Good job.
So about 70, so about, I gotta say about 60% that they have not moved forward on doing the modification. Like the bank is saying, look, I sent out the paperwork last week and I have not gotten a reply. There's a lot of that going on, right? They're letting these people get closer to their sale date, and then they're gonna try to sell their house, right? So bunch of different scenarios that we go over at 7:30 in the morning. We role play, and Rome, Mario, Chris, Leo, you know, we're down there role playing and just getting better in our business. And you know, there's a couple of things. There's I wanted to run Dorset. I'm sorry, Dorsel, and I wanted to talk about Dorsel because she came to me and said, hey, look, Louis, I have a property in Compton that is in foreclosure, and it's going to be a short sale. What do I list the price at? And I told her what to list the price at. And Chris Milanaka is on too, and he's the one that negotiated that one for me. So the debt was 615, right, Chris? Can't hear you.
Chris, unmute yourself.
Yeah, it was like about 615 to 625.
Okay. And what did you get that thing approved at?
It was like 294 and change.
Yes. So Dorsel got the property. She's double ending the property, and then she's getting the list back at 3% for herself. So does it work? Yes. I have another scenario that I wanted to go over that I closed last month, and Veronica was negotiating that one. It was good because this lady is 75 years old, and she was able to get some monies removed, and she's going to tell you about that one.
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm driving. So yes, we did close it actually was going to be a short sale. But it turned out that we were able to help this elder woman. The purchase price was $585. She had a second for $140,000, plus she had solars for $34,000. You know, so we were doing our best to try to help her. So I was able to negotiate with a second lien for $40,000 less. She owed $140,000, and we were able to get her a net of additional $40,000 for her net. And another thing that I know Louis was talking about was these modifications. You know, this particular one, she had what's called a shared modification. So what happened was when we asked for the payoff, they took 20%. they added 20% of the value of the home to the payoff. So again, you know, these modifications sometimes don't work because at the end, you know, you're going to lose on your net. So, but we were able to help her with getting her $70,000 back for her relocation to be able to move somewhere else. So, you know, it was really good. It was a good file to have worked on with Louis.
Thanks, Veronica. And here's another thing. When they have a modification already and they've done a modification, let's say they did a modification last year and their mod is at 2%. The bank, Chris, am I correct or wrong? I mean, am I right or wrong? Are they going to give them another modification?
No, no way. Not
Why?
if it's 2. I mean, nothing will be lower than 2. And if they've already defaulted on a mod, it's highly unlikely they'll give them another one. Very rarely. So that's another question to ask is, have you had a modification? When was the last modification? Are you current on that modification? Those types of questions.
Yes. So even if they want to file a modification, help them by asking them the question, which institution is it? Which bank is it, right? Because some of these banks will not let you do a modification.
Yep.
Just one in 2 years, right, Chris?
Yeah, and what kind of loan do you have? Is it FHA? Is it conventional? Because that factors into it as well.
Right. So even if they have a modification, it's going to be tough because in Veronica's case, in my case, we did get the modification for her, but the payment was still too high for her to afford. So we ended up selling the property at 6%. I think we sold it for $585 or something like that. And,
$585, yes.
And we doubled in that deal. So it was a good sell. We were able to help her save $40,000. It didn't turn into a short sale and help this lady have $70,000 to relocate. So win-win for everybody, right?
Right.
But
hey, Louis, I have a question for you. What percentage of loan mods are going through at this point in time?
Well, it's pretty tough for them to get the loan mods. They're not going through. It's a low percentage because you know, the banks are not negotiating right now. You know, and it's really tough to get the modification. But the thing is,
we hear it all the time.
The thing is that right now, Mr. Plummer, their number is at 20,000. It's going to climb. That number is going to climb. Whatever their mortgage payment is, it's going to keep climbing, right? So, anyways, I wanted to go back to Dorcel and say that property that she brought, if we put it back on the market, it's going to be worth more than what Chris got it approved at. Much more than what he got it approved at. So Chris and Veronica really know what they're doing when they negotiate. Chris is a commercial negotiator as well. He concentrates on residential, but he knows his commercial foreclosures very, very well, as well as Veronica. So they're really good to have on the team.
Chris and Veronica, I know you're driving, Veronica.
No, I just parked.
Okay, I want you guys to
parked, but
perfect. I want you to put your phone.
I just wanted to let you know.
Give it to us.
So I wanted to let you know next Friday, I'm going to be doing the Downey Board of Realtors asked me to do a class for short sales I've done before in the past. So if anybody would like to be a part of that, see, Louis is showing you guys how to get these clients. And I'm going to be talking about the short sale process as far as what you need from your clients, what you need from as far as an agent. So, you know, go ahead and you can register at outreach@daor.com or call the Downey Board of Realtors for next Friday.
And what time is that?
It's at 10 a.m.
Nice.
Yeah.
We also have Milton, and he's a commercial lender, and he's here in our office, and he's done a lot of these deals. So he's more than capable. I would reach out to him if you have any questions about people that are in foreclosure and the ones that want to buy these foreclosures and commercial foreclosures. So
just real quick, I guess the whole point of even talking about that particular area is the fact that when real estate agents mostly, you know, it's not about getting that listing right away when you're working that notice of default. It's about providing options. And that's what Louis was trying to tell you guys is, you know, you have to kind of go through all of this to, at the very end, the most likely option is going to be a listing, right? But just remember, you have to go and offer homeowners options. You never want to go and door knock and say, I'm here to, do you want to sell your property? Let's put it on the market. That's not what we want to do. And that's why Louis is talking about all the available options. You have to get to all of these obstacles to get to that point. Right, Louis?
Yeah, so at first, some of these people are not on board. They're not on board, but if you educate them and you see the stuff, the slideshow that we put up there, if you educate them in the business and you let them know what they're gonna be hearing is false, they're gonna come back to you. My phone rings a lot for people that I talked to a month ago or 2 months ago, because I say, look out for this, look out for that. And this is bogus and this is bogus, right? So they get back to me and they call me and they say, hey, look, you're right. This guy tried to take advantage of me. Let's move forward on either selling or selling. So it's good to know this market right now. As if you know about foreclosures, it gives you the advantage over the traditional agents.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Louis, quick question for you. What's the average commercial foreclosure these days? Sales price?
I see some.
Or give me a range.
So let me tell you what the market I go after as well, man. I go after the Beverly Hills stuff, right? So I seen one, a Saks Fifth Avenue building was in foreclosure for, what was that? A couple of $1 million, man. But to answer your question is, I don't know. I can't give you that average. The mom and pops are definitely going to be are struggling right now, right? So just by that, I would say from the 1 million to the 10 million. But remember, guys, if you're in foreclosure, you're in foreclosure. Don't be intimidated at all for talking to these people, right? I've met with a lot of these people. They put on their pants the same way we do, man. The same way. They're in foreclosure. And if you know what you're talking about, then you're the most important person in that room. I've sat with some people that own big real estate, and they wanted to know what I had to say because they had no clue about foreclosures or what the process was or what was going to happen. So put yourselves in that situation by learning this process.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Chris does a lot of big commercial foreclosures. Like if you needed some questions answered, you can come to me or come to Chris and we can answer those questions for you.
Yeah, absolutely. David?
I'm taking him to dinner tonight at the Water Grill in Orange County, just to keep picking his brain, man.
Chris, where are you located? Where's your office located?
I'm in Orange County, Irvine, but I do all over SoCal. So
nice.
I drive to all these properties, whether it's residential or commercial, because the main thing with any short sale is the bank valuation. So I'm always there to make sure it comes back low.
Okay, nice. All right, we got about 15, 20 minutes left. We're going to start answering your questions. If you have a question, you can either put it in the chat and we'll read the question and get it answered, or feel free to just step right in and just ask your question. I see where it says hello. I think Chris has already shared his info. I got one that says, Chris, can you share your information? Chris has already shared his information. If you go to like the 1054 of the chat, you'll see all of Chris's information.
Yes.
And now's your time to ask questions for the next 15, 20 minutes. Guys, we do this for you. We want you to get all your questions answered.
I have a question.
Don't be afraid to ask a question. That's how we learn. We can't read. We got almost 100 people on here. We can't read everybody's mind. So please feel free to ask questions.
No question is dumb. No question is dumb.
No, you got an all-star panel here.
Let's go.
Okay, so we have Lanisha Stubbs. She has a question. Her question is, how are the tenants in a non-paying status impacting the valuation on multifamily properties?
Well, it's definitely affecting it, right? At that point, you go to the per square foot of the valuation. And then, you just got to negotiate, man. Depending on how stressed they are, right? You just got to negotiate that price. But they want to sell that property to get into a property that's performing 100%. I mean, think about it. Wouldn't you want to sell something that's not performing and put it into a property that's performing, that's got a long-term tenant, and check out the business that they're in, and check out the history of their business and how well they're doing and what type of business they're in.
Okay, I got another one that's actually a really long one.
Yeah.
Okay, so, okay. How do you see this foreclosure wave differing from 2008 crash? It seems a bit too early to tell still, but assuming more federal aid or extensions to rules that limit foreclosures of collecting overdue rent, do you think that would push things off?
I'm going to let Chris answer that question because he's really close with. Chris is very close to the lenders. I mean, he knows the VPs of the lenders. He doesn't have to say. He doesn't have to wait on a mail or anything like that. He goes directly to the VPs of these lenders.
So with regard to commercial, I really don't think there's going to be much aid, if any. I mean, there may be some more with residential. You know, I've heard some banks say that they could extend the forbearances out a little bit, especially if it's a government-backed loan like FHA or VA. But commercial, you know, most lenders, they'd prefer to do what's called a short payoff versus a short sale. So the difference is the bank agrees to a specific net amount that they'll agree to let the property go. So in cases like that, we have to get the investor, the buyer, on board to pay all the commissions, the costs, because a lot of these commercial lenders don't like to pay agent fees or any seller costs. And like Louis said earlier, the other big difference is on the valuation. They'll do more of a cap rate appraisal. So they'll look at rents, they'll look at vacancy rates, you know, similar types of properties in the area versus in a residential, it's more of a traditional appraisal where they'll discount more for damages and, you know, comps, fair market value comps. But I really don't see any government aid with commercial at all.
Remember this, guys, when they're going to see, they want to see the cap rate to see if it's performing. It's not performing. That's your job to negotiate and say, look, this property is not performing at all. And that's when you want to, if it's going to turn into a short sale, commercial short sale, you can say, look, this thing is not performing at all. You get the pre COVID and you get COVID, and you put those numbers together, and that's how you negotiate that deal. And then you tell the buyer, hey, buyer, you're paying my commission because I'm getting you a great deal.
Okay.
Quick question, Louis. You just mentioned cap rate. Can you just quickly explain what a cap rate is, how you kind of can figure it out? If there's a short answer to it.
Okay, so just really quick. A cap rate is, so how the property is performing, it's a P&L, right? A profit and loss, right? So you need to get that net number, what they're making. Don't worry about the gross number. Get the net number. So you got to remove taxes, insurance, maintenance, and all of that stuff, and get the net number. You get that net number, and I could write the numbers down, but you get that net number, and then you divide it by whatever price you think that property is worth. And that's the cap rate.
Okay.
So
what percent, what's the number we're looking for?
5%? So this is very simple, right? And a lot of people don't know this, but
that's what I'm asking. No,
so you can Google what the cap rate is in Pico Rivera, where I'm at. You can Google the cap rate in Beverly Hills. The Beverly Hills cap rate is 2%. The cap rate here in Pico Rivera is about 5.5%.
Okay.
The cap rate in Downey, same thing, right? Culver City, it's about 4%. So different cap rates in the city, you can Google what that cap rate is. And it's amazing what you can Google, man. A lot of information is out there. We did some stuff this morning, as a matter of fact, and it's just mind blowing on what you can do, because somebody came in and said, hey, Louis, what does traffic count mean? Well, all it means is how much traffic is going on the street, and that's it. Weekends and weekdays, right? Mm-hmm. So then you could see how much that property is getting attraction, what kind of tenant you can put there that is going to bring attraction and be profitable. So I got into it.
Okay.
Louis, hi. May I ask you a quick question really quick in regards to cap rate?
Yes.
You mentioned it has to be a performing cap rate. Sometimes we have the cap rate at a 4% or 5%. However, it's not giving positive cash flow. Is that a bad deal? Even though the cap rate is 4%, 4.5, but there's no positive cash flow.
There's no positive cash flow, but it doesn't matter. The person that's going to buy that property, it depends on how they're going to purchase it, right? It depends if it's making money, then you can figure out the cap rate, right? If it's not making any money, then it's going to be a difficult sell. You're going to have to go to square footage, right? It's going to be a tough sale. But there's always going to be a number or a motivation for a seller.
How about a projected investment, projected return, ROI?
That's going to be difficult. That's going to be difficult. All you got to do is go on Google again and find out what the rents are in that area. And it tells you right there. That's simple.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Great.
I have a couple of questions towards Retrant. There were people are asking if we have apartments, a list of apartments in NOD. Yes, everything gets foreclosed, so that's what you will see. You will see vacant lands. You will see single family, triplex, duplex, commercial, residential, anything that's land will be in my system if it is going through the foreclosure process, pre-foreclosure, foreclosure, and receipts of sales. The system is usually $159 month to month. All counties usually will run about $339, almost $400. That's month to month. But because we're having this event, you guys have an option to sign up for all counties for $99, and that's going to be month to month. In the beginning of the year, we will no longer have discounts. You will have to pay full amount. So if you're going to sign up now. Because in the beginning of the year, our prices will change to regular price, no discounts. HOAs, somebody asked if we provide HOAs. Yes, we do. HOAs is my hottest lead at the moment, to be quite honest, too. We have a lot of the real estate agents doing very well with HOAs. You have homeowners who are delinquent, $50,000 on an HOA, $30,000. That's a good trigger lead to find out what are they so behind on, what's the distress, why are they going through this delinquency. It's a way for you guys to door knock, find out what the distress problem is. You never know, they might just about to start missing payments on that mortgage. It's a good sign that they're in distress, and that's actually my hottest lead at the moment. But I will go over that stuff in my classes. I do provide classes in the evening time. I like to do one-on-one. When I have 3 or 4 people, the class can go up to 8 hours, and I'm not interested in doing an 8-hour class, so we just like to do them privately. I do charge $89 per person for about an hour. And if you guys want more information on that, you can email me at jnt_canas@yahoo.com, or my cell phone number is 213-210-5364. I will email all of you my information anyway, so to answer all of those questions. Any more questions?
Hey, Chris, you had comment on HOAs in the chat. Can you just go ahead and just, talk about what you just wrote in here just quickly?
Yeah, so for short sales, the HOA lien, the HOAs are lien happy. So I've seen HOAs slap a lien after 2 missed payments. So I always tell the sellers or borrowers, if there's one thing if you can keep current, it's the HOA. Once it goes to lien and to an attorney, it could triple or quadruple what's owed. And they're somewhat difficult to negotiate depending on who the attorney is. But it's like any other bank loan. You always want to come in low, 10, 20%, and then it goes to the board, which meets usually once a month, and then they may counter back, they may accept it. But the key is for all the agents to get that preliminary title report at the beginning so they know what liens and judgments are on title. And that way we can project what the buyer will need to bring in to pay the shortages that the first may not pay. And then you have an addendum to the purchase contract or the NODPA showing that buyer contribution so there's no surprises in the end.
So look, at the end of the day, you need Retran, that's for sure, to go after these properties, right? But if you don't have the knowledge and the information on how to go after these properties, it's going to be difficult. You have to do the research. You have to check out that slideshow, research. All you got to do is hustle, man, and you're going to be able to get these properties. The more knowledge you have, the better. Role play. If you role play, you're going to get properties. If you role play, you're going to accidentally get a listing. So, you know, that's what we do here. We do a lot of role playing here.
Yeah, and it's all about consistency, guys. It's consistency, persistent, and you just have to have a game plan. If you don't have a game plan, I mean, you can't really go anywhere from that. You have to set your schedule, a game plan, and just be consistent. And just remember, yeah, you can call a homeowner, but a homeowner can kind of hide behind the phone and call you every name in the book and hang up on you. But when you're there personally, you know, it's hard for them to call you every single name in the book and slam the door in your face, right? So you always have a better shot at, you know, meeting homeowners physically, you know, one-on-one. But again, all the tools are available for you. We will be putting classes together from here and on, and that's what Louis and David will be talking to you about. There is a charge. So go ahead, David and Louis.
You want to start, Louis? Or
I'm good, man. You can talk about it.
Oh, they give me the dirty work to do. Don't get the money, David. let David handle the stuff.
I can do it. No worries. I'll take it.
That's funny.
So what we're going to do is we're going to be providing classes for all of you guys. If you guys want to get further knowledge, on how to contact homeowner, how to find the data, how to door knock, what to say, what not to say, how to come up as far as phone calls, how to role play, but mostly structure the deal and how to close deals. That's the type of information we're going to be providing for the next class that we're going to be having. We're going to be charging about $599 for 5 classes. And that will go on for, I would say, for 3 months, Louis?
Yeah, 3 months, every other Friday.
Every other Friday. So if you guys are interested, I'm going to send out emails to all of you anyways with all the details. So just keep it posted. I know Black Friday is coming and I know Christmas is coming, but if you guys are serious about what the market's going to, you know, what with all this foreclosure waves that are coming, save that money because, you know, you want to educate yourself. And the more education, the more deals in your pipeline, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get you guys more deals, but we'll go ahead and send out those emails. Again, it's $599 for 5 classes, and it's all about foreclosures. Okay, any more questions? Somebody said cut to the chase with the prices.
That was me. My name's Irene Lopez. First of all, I want to thank Joe and Louis for introducing you to, you know, what's up ahead. And this is very crucial. I did my first short sale and I didn't know what I was doing. So I was very in communication with the bank, and everyone, top producers came to my open house and asked me, do you even know what you're doing? But I double-ended that deal and got $42,000 back in 2007. So I really appreciate your time and your efforts here. I really appreciate you. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Louis. And most of all, thank you, Veronica, because you're a closer.
Nice. Congratulations.
Thank you, Irene.
Yeah.
I think we have 2 more questions down here, Janet. How long are the classes? My classes are about an hour, hour and a half, just depending on how many questions you guys have. But again, I'm not here to show you the investing side of it because Retran doesn't allow us to use the data. Shucks. But I promise you, we're going to get to the Retran system. I'm going to show you how to pull all the data. I'm going to show you how to use all the tools correctly, how to pull a list of NODs correctly, trustee sales, overages, right? Money that's owed to homeowners at the end of an auction sometimes. You have loans that go into foreclosure, and let's say somebody owed $200,000. And let's say that loan goes into a trustee sale and somebody purchases it at auction for $600,000. Well, there's an overage. And that's money that all of you guys can make, right? You guys can get a percentage of that overage that belongs to the homeowner. That's a whole nother niche in itself, but we do have classes on that, and I won't get into that today, but we will talk about all what it is, retrend foreclosure, okay?
Yeah, another name for that is surplus funds. You may hear it called surplus funds also.
Yeah. And that's, we all should, you know, most of you guys should know what that is, because sometimes you might work with an actual homeowner in the very beginning and you lose that short sale and it goes to auction. And with all these investors bidding like crazy at the auction, they create an equity. And homeowners, they don't know that this overage surplus is coming back to them. So they leave, they're gone. But here you have, you know, retrend students that come knocking on those doors and saying to them, hey, you know, there's an overage for you guys for $200,000. Let me go ahead and get that money for you, and we'll charge you a percentage. And out of those $300,000, a customer can make $60,000. So you might even make more than an actual short sale. So it's just, it's better for all of you to get educated throughout, get education from the very beginning of a default, a trustee sale, and an overage. You need to know the whole thing.
Also learn about note sales, you guys. Learn about note sales, because that's really important. That's the thing of the future. And I'm gonna let you guys know that anybody that wants to show up at 7 o'clock in the morning and role play, let us know. We're over here in Pico Rivera.
All right.
That's actually how Rome got started. Rome was at one of the courses that Janet and Lewis and I did. And he asked Lewis, can I come over? And Lewis said, you got to be here at 7 a.m. Or I'm not letting you in. And Rome got there like 6:45. And Rome went in there for about a week and a half. And he never missed a day. And then finally, you know, it was like, okay, you know, you got to make a decision here, young man. What are you going to do? But, you know, he took up that opportunity. And now you just heard him. This hasn't been more than, what, a couple months? How long you been with?
I've only been here just scratching a month.
Yeah, wow, only a month? It seems like, well, that's because you freeloaded. Hey, Joe, he freeloaded for like 2 weeks.
I was in a broker opinion. That's all it was.
Yeah, he was freeloading for about 2 or 3 weeks. But yeah, but you see the advancement he's made in that short period of time. So again, it's an open door opportunity. Again, we got about 5 more minutes left.
Somebody said if the classes will be over Zoom, yes. You know, we can't have you know, physical contact, so we have to do them over Zoom. My classes are over Zoom. Louis' classes will be over Zoom. That's really all we can do right now. What is the address for Louis Chavez? David, can you make me the host really quick so I can
You are the host. You're the host.
Oh, I can't type for some reason. It won't let me.
Wow, you're the host. You have all the control.
I got it.
9155 Telegraph, Pico Rivera.
The happiest place on earth.
I thought that was Disneyland. It's been changed.
Try yo.
Well, you know why? Disneyland is closed right now, right? Or it should be. So I guess All Stars is taking over the mantra. Good stuff.
This is a place where you're going to learn about foreclosures, that's for sure, and other business.
I have a question. Louis, will you be sending out a Zoom link for role play?
You have to be here to role play. The link is going to have to go through you, Janet, for the next class.
Yes, we're going to definitely send out an email to all of you if you would like to participate. It's just basically the same process as you know, as what we just did today. So I'll send out a flyer and then your confirmations, and then we'll just take it from there.
Yep.
So I'm excited. And
Rome went from hanging up on them and saying that they got it taken care of to now pushing it to where he's got a listing appointment tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
Follow up.
Yeah.
Well,
And you
anyway,
have to be accountable. Somebody has to be accountable, right? Because that's the problem.
so I want to say thanks to Chris and Veronica and Milton.
Yep.
You know, you guys, thanks for coming on board and talking about well, I know Milton didn't say much, but he is a commercial lender. So anyways, I want to thank you guys.
Dorcel and Rome for their participation.
Dorcel, thank you, Dorcel. Roma, you all right, man?
He all right. Forget about Rome. He all right. He all right.
Okay,
Lupe,
so I guess
thank you.
Lupe, thank you, honey. Tower Escrow,
Thank
Benny,
you, everyone.
Benny, thank you. So again, we will leave it as it's already 11:19, and I would like to thank all of you. It was a pleasure meeting you, sir. Joseph Villascusa. Thank you so much for everything, guys. Again, Retran family, thank you for always supporting Retran, and we'll talk soon. And
one more thing, John. If anybody has any questions and you guys are going through a process of a foreclosure and you have a client or is in foreclosure and in a possible short sale, give me a call and it'll happen like what happened to Dorcel. So she's gonna make out pretty good. So let me know and I'll help you guys out with those.
Okay, I don't want to forget Benny. I don't think we mentioned Benny either. So Benny, yeah, from processing. So his contributions today also.
All right, guys.
It was really great. Yeah, thank you so much, Benny Bara, with processing. Elvira, okay, very cool. Everybody have a great weekend and
have a great day, great weekend, everyone.
David,
God
thank
bless.
you. Thank you, David. Thank you, Louie.
Thanks, Joe, for letting me have it here in your office.
Okay.
Hey, you look big time in there, Louis. You look glass. You look like, man.
I'm coming back to take it back right now.
There you go,
Here
yeah.
it comes. Run.
All right, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
We'll see you guys next Friday.
Yes. Thanks, Veronica. Have a good weekend.
You too. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.